Today we are going to take a look at how to make your works cited page in Google Docs. So the first thing we need to do is add a new kind of app into your Google account. So you're going to go to Add-ons and go down to Get Add-ons. And the one you are looking for is called EasyBib. It pops up right here really big on mine, but it may not for everybody. So you can go search the add-ins by typing in EasyBib, and it will take you to that one. Once you have it, you'll click Install right here in the top right. I actually already have it downloaded, so mine says Manage. But you'll have to click on Install, and it will add it into your Google Drive. The way to access it is to go to Add-ons right here, and it will say EasyBib Bibliography Creator. It will just automatically be there, and you'll go over to Manage Bibliography. So once the add-on loads on the side of your screen, you'll see it pop up over here. Notice it says Style MLA. That's because that's the style we want to make sure you're using. So if for some reason yours doesn't say MLA, click on that little up and down arrow and choose MLA. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is go find source 1. So I'm holding source 1 in my hand, even though I know you can't see it. Source 1 is from a website. So I'm going to go jump over here to this Google tab and go find the website I used. At the bottom of the page, it says www.ushmm.org. And then I know that the title of the article, because I'm looking at it, is Nazi Persecution of Homosexuals. So I just typed in the basic web address and the title of the page that I was looking at, and it's going to pop me right to it. So I'm going to open it up and look at it and make sure that it matches the source that I printed out, which I still have right here in my hand. So when I look, yep, that's the exact same picture I have on mine. This is the source I used. I'm going to come up here to the web address and copy the web address. And now I'm going to jump back over to my paper, and I'm going to start citing it. You'll notice I have 3 choices along the top here: book, journal article, and website. And the one I just looked at was a website. So I click on website, click on this little box, and I can paste it in and hit search. And there it is. Look, it found it for me. It found the source right there for me. Now, I just keep going. I've got one in there. I hit select to move it into my bibliography, and now I'm going to go find my next source. And I'm looking at source 2, and it is from it's from EBSCO, from Explora, from the Explorer database. So I know that I already have that citation at the top. I don't need to look it up here. So I'm going to set it to the side and use it later. Okay, the next one I used is another article from a website. So I'm going to jump back over to my website tab and search for, go to Google, and I'm going to search for it. It's from www.ushmm.org, and the title of the article is Lesbians and the Third Reich. There it is. And it matches the URL at the bottom of the page I printed. Pictures match, information's there. That's the one I used. Again, I'm going to copy the URL, jump back into my paper, select website, paste it, search, and there it is. It found it. I click select. And now you'll notice that I have 2 entries in my bibliography. So I'm going to continue doing this for every website that I use. Next, I'm going to look for a book that I used. So I'm doing all my websites this way, and I'm setting all my database articles aside. So the next thing I need to do is look for a book. So now I have my book ready to go, and I'm holding it in my hands. Now on the back of every book, if you flip it over, there is a barcode like the thing they scan at Walmart when you buy something. And right around that barcode, there should be what's called an ISBN number. So I'm going to go up here to where it says book in my EasyBib window. And look, I can either type in the title, the ISBN, or the keywords. Oh, see, there we go. I typed in the ISBN number from the barcode on the back, and it found it right away. I click select, and it adds my book to my bibliography, or what we call works cited page. Now you'll notice down here that I've got all 3 of the different sources I've put in yet. So I've put in, she actually has more, but I'm going to stop here. So there's 3 sources that she's put in at this point in time. 2 of them are websites, and 1 of them is a book. I click Add Bibliography to Document, and it's going to create a page at the very end of my paper. Ready? There it is. Now I've got to make sure it's on its own page. Notice it says Works Cited, and it put in each of the works cited entries just like they should be, and they're already in alphabetical order. I'm not done yet. Now's when I need to pull out those database articles that I used that have the citations at the top. So the first one I have in front of me is Gottfried, Ted. So I need to look on here and see where alphabetically that would go. And it would be the first one because it starts with a G. And I'm going to have to type this one in myself. And I'm going to type it exactly like it is in the citation that Explorer gave to me. Okay, I'm done typing it in, but it doesn't quite look like the other ones yet, does it? Now, in the citation from the database, I had some couple things that were italicized, so I need to go in and italicize them too. If they were underlined, then I need to go in and underline them as well. So I'm going through everything that was italicized in the database citation and italicizing it in mine. Now notice I still don't have this hanging indent. Did you see down here where the first line wasn't indented but the second line was? You probably remember that from last year when you did your works cited page in ELA. Same thing applies here. You have to have what's called a hanging indent. So if you watch, I'm going to put my cursor on that second line, and then I'm going to bring this little triangle up here over, and then the hat that's on top of the triangle, I'm going to put that little hat right back where it started. And that's how I create a hanging indent. So you don't add your database articles until the end. So first you're going to put in your websites into EasyBib over here. Then you're going to put your books into EasyBib over here. Then when you have everything in, you're going to click Add Bibliography to Document. Then you go back in and figure out where your database articles would have gone alphabetically, and you add those in based on the citation that was at the top of the database article when you printed it. So I'm definitely not done yet if I'm working on this paper here, because she actually had like 9 sources. Now there's one little quick thing to point out. You only put in the sources that you actually used in your paper. So if this source right here, she never actually used in her paper, it happens to be source 3. If she goes back through her paper and realizes she never actually used a 3, then she doesn't have to put it on her works cited page. It's only the sources that you actually ended up using in your paper. I hope this helps you guys make your works cited page. I know it seems kind of tedious, but I promise you it's much easier than having to write it all out by hand like you had to do last year. Good luck!